Hello everybody, my name's John, a retired cook from the northeast of England in the UK, and welcome to my latest video recipe. But before I start, I'd like to wish each and every one of you a very happy new year for 2026. And in this recipe, I'll be giving my old shepherd's pie video a little upgrade. This much loved comfort food has stood the test of time and is very easy to prepare. It's a hearty, welcoming dish that's always a pleasure to make and serve, particularly during the cold winter months. Now, just for a little fun, I've titled the video Shepherd's or Cottage Pie. Do you know the difference? I'll answer that in a couple of minutes. You can see the ingredients list and full written method for this recipe on the recipe page on the channel's website, and the link to that page and lots more is in the description box under the video. Just find and click on the word more, and that'll give you access to all the relative links for this video, including our website store products. Okay, let's get on with today's recipe. Right, I'll start with the potatoes. Wash, peel and cut your potatoes as shown, and just say cover them with water in a medium-sized pan. Now you can add half a teaspoon of salt to the water, and make sure you use a variety that's good for mashing. Now get the heat on and bring those to a boil, and while I'm waiting for those to come to a boil, I can get started on the filling. Get a large frying pan or wok onto a high heat and add a tablespoon of any cooking oil. I'm using olive oil. Once the pan's hot, you can add the finely diced medium-sized onion. Stir fry those for a minute. And a very quick mention to the channel's Patreon, PayPal, Super Thanks and YouTube's new membership supporters. I'll do the name splash and shout out a little later in the video. Now you can add your diced carrots. Give them a good mix with the onions and let those fry too. Keep tossing and stirring for about 3 or 4 minutes. Back to the potatoes. As soon as they start to boil, turn the heat low, put the lid on and set your timer for 20 minutes. Once the carrots and onions are starting to soften up a bit, you can add your minced meat. Now, it's the meat that you use which determines the name of the dish. If you're using minced or ground lamb or mutton, it's a shepherd's pie. But if you're using minced beef, it's a cottage pie. And yes, it's as simple as that, guys. I'm using minced beef, so technically I'm making a cottage pie. Whatever mince you're using, break it down into small pieces. Now stir fry and toss it until you have some colour. This usually takes around 5 to 7 minutes. Time to season with salt and black pepper. And while I'm seasoning that filling, why not get up to date and join in all the fun with everything that's happening on the channel by joining our monthly newsletter. There'll be a link in the description if you want to check it out. Now you can add the more tender vegetables. I'm using sweet corn and cut green beans. Fresh garden peas are another option you can use. Now stir those in. Right, I'll give that a final toss to make sure everything is evenly mixed. Now you can add your beef stock. And I've also added a teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce to my stock. Right, bring that to a steady boil. Turn down the heat and allow it to reduce and thicken for a few minutes. And while that's reducing, we can get the potatoes mashed. When the 20 minutes are up, your potatoes should be cooked. Right, I've thoroughly drained them. First, I like to season the mash with salt and white pepper. Next, we can add the butter. And stick to this quantity of butter. If you put too much in, it'll become too sloppy. Now simply give those a good mash until smooth and creamy. Give it a little taste, and that's perfect. Get the lid on and set that aside for now. Before going any further, preheat your oven to 170 degrees Celsius, that's 340 Fahrenheit or gas mark 3. Right, now the dish I'm using is this wonderful 26cm or 10-inch white enamel pie dish. We do have a limited number of these on the website if you're interested. Back to the filling. And it's reduced to just about the right consistency we need for this pie. Not too runny and not too dry. So get the heat off and get it straight into the pie dish. Clean up any mishaps as you go. Keep your work nice and clean, guys. Using a spatula, gently tamper it down and level it off. Now switching to a dessert spoon, we can carefully add the mash to the top of the filling. Do this a little at a time. This is why you need the right consistency for the filling. If it was too wet, the potato would just sink. But this is perfect, and yours will be too if you follow the recipe carefully. Now using the back of the spoon, smooth it over. Fill in any gaps and holes as you go. Right, you can definitely call this done at this point, but I like to add a nice pattern using a fork. And the final step in the assembly, and this is optional, grate a little mature cheddar cheese over the top. This gives it a wonderful flavour and a nice colour. And that's it, it's ready to bake. So get it into your preheated oven, which you should have set at 170 Celsius, that's 340 Fahrenheit or gas mark 3. Once it's in, set your timer for 25 minutes. And while that cottage pie's baking, I hope you don't mind if I give my very latest Book 5 a quick shout out. This latest release features 12 all-new bread recipes not found in any of my previous 4 books, along with even more brand new recipes for air fryers, pies, cakes and desserts, and much more. The book also includes interactive elements such as QR codes linking directly to step-by-step video tutorials for each recipe, and you'll find links for all 5 books in the description below the video. Okay, time's up on this wonderful, in my case, cottage pie. And the aroma this dish is kicking out is absolutely amazing. And it's looking fantastic too. Before serving, it's best to let it relax and settle down for 5 minutes first. And when I come back, I'll let you see what it's like on the inside. And of course, have a taste. Okay, time to see how we did. The potato will have a little crust on top, especially if you use cheese. Carefully cut through the potato with the serving spoon, then lift a piece out. And gently does it. And doesn't that look amazing? Right, I'll get a little bit more of that filling too. And it smells even better when you cut into it. We've literally made thousands of these in our work kitchens over the years, and it's like baking bread. The aroma never gets old. Right, time for a taste. We used to serve this with 2 winter veggies, roast potatoes and a Yorkshire pudding on the side. And just as I knew it would be, it's absolutely delicious. A massive thumbs up for this great old classic, guys. And as promised earlier in the video, here is the latest name splash and shout out list, including YouTube's brand new loyalty membership supporters. And they are Jens K3250, Mike Duffield, Camilla Hurtle Lindlow, Dan Caldero, Janet Higginbottom, Andrew Bush, 550 Den, Andrew 4566, Jane Day E7T, Teapotty 4888, Sharon Hardy 5216, Popsy Singh 8397, Shotgun 67 and John Thompson 4830. Thanks very much, guys. I really do appreciate all that you do in supporting the channel. Well, thank you again for watching. Please like, share, comment and subscribe by hitting the circle above. If you do subscribe, activate the bell icon next to the subscribe button on my channel page. And by doing that, you'll be automatically notified every time I upload a new video. And in the meantime, here's a few of my other videos and playlists that you may want to watch. So, until the next time, be safe in your kitchen and bye for now.